What is the true nature of reality? What does string theory mean? Visit our website. Scientific Soul is an international organization which helps students in every aspect in way of gaining knowledge and wisdom. By visiting site, you can get latest information about science and technology. If you have any questions you can ask in this site. You can get career guidance. There are many contests organized by our site like photography, designing, researching. Many more. Please check out for more updates. scientificsoul.com. Link is given below in description. String theory is a theoretical framework in which the point-like particles of particle physics are replaced by one-dimensional objects called strings. String theory, a theory that attempts to merge quantum mechanics with Albert Einstein's general theory of relativity. The name string theory comes from the modeling of subatomic particles as tiny one-dimensional string-like entities, rather than the more conventional approach in which they are modeled as zero-dimensional point particles. In the 1980s, physicists realized that string theory had the potential to incorporate all four of nature's forces: gravity, electromagnetism, strong force, and weak force, and all types of matter in a single quantum mechanical framework, suggesting that it might be the long-sought unified field theory. String theory suggests that matter can be broken down beyond electrons and quarks into tiny loops of vibrating strings. Those strings move and vibrate at different frequencies, giving particles distinctive properties like mass and charge. This strange idea could unite all the fundamental forces, explain the origins of fundamental particles, and connect Einstein's general relativity to quantum mechanics. But to do so, the theory requires 6 extra dimensions of space and time curled up inside the 4 that we're used to. One notable feature of string theories is that these theories require extra dimensions of space-time for their mathematical consistency. In bosonic string theory, space-time is 26-dimensional, while in superstring theory it is 10-dimensional, and in M-theory it is 11-dimensional. The first dimension, as already noted, is that which gives it length, aka the x-axis. A good description of a one-dimensional object is a straight line, which exists only in terms of length and has no other discernible qualities. Add to it a second dimension, the y-axis, or height, and you get an object that becomes a two-dimensional shape, like a square. The third dimension involves depth, the z-axis, and gives all objects a sense of area and a cross-section. The perfect example of this is a cube, which exists in 3 dimensions and has a length, width, depth, and hence volume. Scientists believe that the 4th dimension is time, which governs the properties of all known matter at any given point. Along with the 3 other dimensions, knowing an object's position in time is essential to plotting its position in the universe. The other dimensions are where the deeper possibilities come into play, and explaining their interaction with the others is where things get particularly tricky for physicists. According to superstring theory, the 5th and 6th dimensions are where the notion of possible worlds arises. If we could see on through to the 5th dimension, we would see a world slightly different from our own that would give us a means of measuring the similarity and differences between our world and other possible ones. In the 6th, we would see a plane of possible worlds, where we could compare and position all the possible universes that start with the same initial conditions as this one, i.e. the Big Bang. In theory, if you could master the 5th and 6th dimension, you could travel back in time or go to different futures. In the 7th dimension, you have access to the possible worlds that start with different initial conditions. Whereas in the 5th and 6th, the initial conditions were the same and subsequent actions were different. Here, everything is different from the very beginning of time. The 8th dimension again gives us a plane of such possible universe histories, each of which begins with different initial conditions and branches out infinitely, hence why they are called infinities. In the 9th dimension, we can compare all the possible universe histories, starting with all the different possible laws of physics and initial conditions. In the 10th and final dimension, we arrive at the point in which everything possible and imaginable is covered. Beyond this, nothing can be imagined by us lowly mortals, which makes it the natural limitation of what we can conceive in terms of dimensions. Is string theory the final solution for all of physics questions, or an overhyped dead end? There are many unknown to be known. Keep questioning. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe. Click the bell icon for more updates about scientificsoul.com.